All right. Welcome back to the channel. It's Sam here with GSK Wealth Builders, and we're here again from the new studio at Workspace Bedford. So I'm going to have a link below. They're providing studio services in partnership with GSK Wealth Builders, and they have a lot of services for Canadians. So I'll have a link below, and if you're interested in any of their services, for example, virtual offices, shared private offices, shared workspaces, meeting spaces, state-of-the-art media room, and virtual office packages for your business, Atlantic is the place to be. So today we're going to be talking about the Helium Nebra shipping update. So Helium is having the largest influx of orders probably in all of crypto when it comes to hardware, other than wallets, right? So they have 5 current suppliers, and Nebra is probably the number 1 or number 2 supplier on their website. So they probably have a lot of orders. And so they're providing a shipping update today. And I have a couple Nebras on order, which I'm waiting for. I've been waiting for a while, and we'll see what happens with them. So right now, we're at 50,000 hotspots now. What I've noticed about the network is kind of laggy as of lately. And I think it's just a growing pain. They have to really make the software better. They have to work on making the network stable. And I think once we get the validators online, the network will be stable. That's what everyone is hoping, but it's not guaranteed. So as of right now, it seems like every second day there's an issue with the Helium network and it's down, and then your earnings are down, but then the day after or whatever, it just comes back and it's back to normal. So I don't know if that's going to be a continuous issue, but as of right now, that's how it seems to be going. And you just got to put up with it. So yeah, I was in hotspots right now, and let me check the hotspot tracker. So as you can see, Helium Inc. is sitting there number 1. CalChip is actually really the number 1. Nebra has 500 hotspots, so it looks like they are shipping and people are getting asserted. Bobcat is probably the number 2. And then we have Long AP still at 6, which is the test hotspots. And then you have Smart Mimic with 3. Rack Wireless is 11, and then Carolink has been added. So that means Carolink should be testing soon, and they have the little hotspots, and they're selling their CareLink hotspots through CalChip. So CalChip, though, or one of them, has stopped doing orders. I believe it's CalChip. Yeah, CalChip, I'm pretty sure stopped selling rack miners for a while. Let's see. So here it is, right? So helium compatible miner waitlist. Thank you for your interest in rack. Supply challenges continue to increase daily. We've been keeping a close eye on our backlog, and at this point, we are no longer accepting rack hotspot miner orders, even on a limited basis. This is mainly due to manufacturers not being able to source components to build the products. So they just don't have products, right? There is a shortage in electronics, and rack miner or CalChip is being responsible, which I actually commend them for that. They're just, they're in reality. The reality is they can't get the parts, right? And instead of leading people on and holding on to their money and having to refund them or just annoying people, they're doing the responsible thing and they're just not accepting orders, right? So Canada and US, no orders. Europe, Australia, not orders. And then if you're outside of Canada, so for example, if you're listening from Africa, you're listening from the Caribbean, you just want to go and you click on this registration form here, right? So you click on the registration form and you're going to put your information, and you put the country, and just register your interest. So I would do that if I don't live in, Canada, US, Europe, or Australia. And then, yeah, they have, their shipping supply chain process. So this is CalChip's supply chain process. And what they're saying right now is, Rack Wireless is located in Shenzhen, China, and they manufacture the units and they work on CalChip with the UPS. It usually takes 2 to 3 days to schedule a pickup once it's ready, right? And then the customs have 2 steps. So they have to export it through customs, and then they have to check it into the US. Um, Hong Kong International Airport is more often used, so they're actually shipping out of Hong Kong. It's interesting. So they go from China to Hong Kong, then they go from Hong Kong to JFK in New York or Philly. And then once they go through there, they go through clearance and then they go through customs. So then from there, they're going to go to Canada or wherever, and or to your place. So that's their shipping. That's their shipping process. So it takes a while, but the number one update we're going to do today is the Nebra miner update. So the June 3rd update, it shows batch 1, 2, and 3 shipping dates. So batch 1 and 2 for outdoor miners will be at the end of June. So the end of this month, we'll be able to get the batch 1 and 2. And then, so then batch 2 and 3 indoors are currently in assembly and they will start shipping in June. Some of the components on batch 3 are due imminently, but we've started producing them for what we have available. So batch 3 will likely spill over to July. So that is very cool. That June is really the target date for the batch 3 and the batch 1. And then batch 4, so order placed midnight March, you're looking at July and August. And then batch 5, you're looking at Q3. So then they have a batch calculator, which is cool. So you would go on the Nebra place, you go on their blog, and you click this link, and you got the batch calculator. So I typed in my batch for Nebra, and I'm number 7172, and then it says I'm in batch 3, right? So if you refer back to here, batch 3, they said, is June and spilling over to July, right? So batch 3 are due imminently. So basically batch 3, they don't have all the parts, but they think they're coming right away. So that's just the update for Helium. And then I'm going to just do a little earnings update. So what I've noticed on the Helium network for earnings is that the earnings are going down. So let me go on this side of the page. Okay, so when we're going to Montreal and Calgary, for example, Montreal and Calgary in the beginning we're averaging about 7 HNT per day, 7 to 10 HNT per day. Now they're doing 2 to 3 HNT per day, and that's just the new reality. So I think the new reality is the max earnings for HNT is going to be about 3, and then you're going to have consensus group days where you hit 10. That's going to be the max earning. Is 2 to 3 HNT per day. And then, or I guess 6 if you're a 1.0, right? 6 to 7. So then what's going to happen is once we get the, I guess, staking online, you're going to have, once you get the staking online, you're going to have less earnings because you're not going to have consensus groups anymore. You're just going to have your regular earnings. So I would say from now on going forward, you should calculate 2 HNT to 6 HNT per day as your regular bandwidth of Helium earnings. And yeah, so if you look at my number 1 earner, which is in Calgary, and you can look at the previous Helium videos, but like you can see, you had days where there was 19 HNT, 12. Those days are over, right? You're not going to have 19 HNT per day. You're going to be averaging around here between 2 and 6 per day, and really 2 to 3 per day. And that's just because the network is growing and you have to share the profits with everyone else. So as I remind you, when you get into something, you need to be a fast mover because you can really benefit from being a fast mover. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. And what I can say is my journey in Halifax, we had no miners in Halifax, right? So we're earning next to nothing, 0.08 per day. And as you can see, with 1, 2, three, four, five, six miners in the area. Now they're all earning. So you got, 3, 2, 4, 6, 2, and 2 miners, or 2 per day. So 26 HNT, per day in total. And a lot of them are actually mining in Halifax. So the Halifax area is blowing up for helium. And just go on explorer.helium.com. And we're going to look at, actually, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, so you can see that helium right now, you got someone in Cole Harbor mining, you got someone in Dartmouth mining, and then the rest of them are mostly in the Bedford side of Halifax. And then you have a couple other here. So they're building a little bit network. There's going to be a little network in Halifax where they probably can all reach each other. But then there's going to be a network here in Bedford that's going to grow. It's probably going to double. This is going to be the best, or the most saturated helium area, where probably Dartmouth will be the highest earning, because I know there's going to be quite a few other people mining in Dartmouth. So if we look here at this one here, which is a 1.0 because it's within a kilometer. So if you are the only helium miner within a 1 kilometer area, you earn all of the earnings for that map if you have enough. Um, if you have enough people. So look at this one, 6 HNT in one day. That is the max, basically, what I'm seeing. That is the max that you're going to earn in one day, right? And then when you look at the activity, it's about one HNT for 12 hours or something like that. Yeah, 1 HNT per 6 to 12 hours. So you're going to look at the other ones. These ones are all too close. Well, they are too close to each other, right? So you ideally want them spread out. These ones here are doing well, and then you have one more in the area. So Halifax area is looking very good. When you go to New Brunswick, Moncton only has 3 miners. So Moncton is wide open. When you look at PEI is wide open. And then when you go to St. John, New Brunswick, there's only 2 miners in St. John, New Brunswick. There's 0 miners in Fredericton. So Canada is wide open for helium miners when it comes to. Then you go to Bangor, Maine. They actually have quite a few. So then we'll go and take a look at Quebec. So Quebec City looks like 2 miners. Now, once you get to Montreal, Montreal is insanely saturated with helium miners. So it would be the best thing for these people in Montreal eventually to move their miners to like some part of Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or PEI, because you want to be in a radius of other miners with just a 1.0 rating. Where in Montreal, like these guys are gonna like be sitting on top of each other. So for example, here in this 3 in 1 area, what's going to happen is, yeah, you're going to have witnesses, but you're going to be a bad rating. So 0.41, which means less than 1 HNT per day. Now this one here might be alone. Nope, 0.42. So they're just too saturated. And the more and more that get delivered, the more saturated it's going to be. So Montreal is kind of like, unfortunately, the bigger cities are going to earn less. All 0.41. Okay, this one miner might have a decent rating over on this side, over in Boucherville, Longueuil area. Brilliant Coal Bull. No witnesses. That's why. Yeah, they got no witnesses. So, as you can see, in the big cities, if you live downtown in a big city, it was a haymaking day. It was a haymaking day. And you were earning crazy amount of earnings. But as as the network grows, you're going to be penalized for being too close to everyone. And that's just the reality of it. So that's all my update for today. And I will bring you helium mining more. I'll bring more videos on the Explorer as we go. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show today was just the Nebra update and the helium mining update. So thank you for tuning into the channel. And thank you for your contributions. And once again, www.gskwealthbuilders.com/gifts. That's where you're going to find my best deals. And just go there, click the links, and you can see what you can find. And that's all I have for today. So please subscribe and like the video if I'm giving you any value, because it helps grow the channel, and that's what we want to do and grow together. So thank you very much. My name is Sam. This is GSK Wealth Builders. Take care.